Kia ora and welcome to Voice of Aotearoa. It is my huge pleasure to be here this evening, and I'm very, very excited to be getting to interview my lovely friend Juan, who I haven't seen for a long time, but I met him last year, and I'm so excited to be here and with my beautiful co-host Reem. So what a fantastic evening we're having. Thank you for tuning in to Voice of Aotearoa. Make sure to follow, watch, like and subscribe. It's fantastic to be with you all. Now, I'm so excited to be getting to interview Juan. Now, Juan is an incredible person. He arrived in New Zealand 2 years ago, and since arriving in Aotearoa, he's had the opportunity to volunteer in the community, where he's developed a much deeper understanding about challenges that refugees face, as well as different challenges for New Zealanders as well. His goal is to become a point of support for the refugee community and search for proper adaptation to their life in New Zealand. Now, Juan is originally from Colombia, and he's also lived in Ecuador and Mexico. His work experience is mainly in the private sector and customer service sector. However, I hear that you're working for Host International at the moment. He greatly admires the multiculturalism of Aotearoa New Zealand and believes that a better society can be created where we all seek to understand our differences and cooperate to help each other in times of difficulty, which sounds like incredible things. In addition to that, Juan dedicates his free time to writing short stories about different topics. He loves studying and doing exercise and enjoys spending quality time with those he loves. He is an incredible person, and it's so exciting to get to meet you and see you here again. My first question for today is just to get to know a little bit more about your journey and sort of what brought you to New Zealand and hear about how the last 2 years have been, everything like that. So would you mind telling us, and thank you so much for coming to the studio. Give it up for Juan.
Thank you very much for inviting me, first of all. It's like something that brought me was my family. Was the main reason they came to New Zealand in 2019. I joined them in 2020, like in the middle of the pandemic, COVID-19. So these 2 years has been like great. New Zealand is an amazing place, and I'm very grateful to be here. It's like you said before, is a lot of challenges in their way, but nothing that no one cannot overcome or.
That must have been incredibly challenging coming during the pandemic. I don't know many people who have. What an experience. What was that like?
It was like a little bit tough because it took me like 4 days to arrive in New Zealand, and I was in some airports waiting for 10 or more than 10 hours, and I couldn't move to probably a small place. And after that, I came to the hotel to be isolated for 14 days. Was like and the funny thing is, like the first 2 days, I was talking with my mom by WhatsApp. I was telling her because I was so tired. So it was in summer, in December. So I went to bed like 8 p.m. And when I wake up was day, and when I went to bed was day. And I was asking to my mom, there is night here in this country? Because it's 2 days now, and I didn't see the moon the first 2 days here.
Sounds like a very difficult time when you first get here.
Yeah, I was worried. I was, where is the night?
After that, like staying here in New Zealand for the last 2 years, what are some of the challenges that you have faced?
I think the most important to mention is the language. When I came, I didn't know the language, and I'm still probably struggling. After 20 minutes, you will find that I will be struggling with some words. But it was my first thing. As soon as I arrived, I was thinking I need to learn the language.
Yeah.
And I was in English classes. So my first English classes were in an institute, ETC. So I didn't feel like I was learning enough. And I was thinking, probably this is not the way to learn as fast as I can or as I want. So I remember that I was talking with the neighbors, with people like any opportunity that I had, I took the opportunity, and I was talking, and And also I was doing voluntary jobs in Challenge, which is a organization as well that work with communities. Yeah, anything to improve my English. And I was like, oh, can we talk, please? My mom was, this is not Colombia. We don't talk with the neighbors here. Please be respectful. And I was, yeah, it's my way to learn. So I think is the most difficult challenge. But as I said before, it's not something that I think the most important thing is the attitude. Yeah. So if you have a good attitude and you say, okay, I will fail, I will talk probably wrong, I will commit mistakes, but it doesn't matter because it's the process to learn. Yeah, like the learning process includes the mistakes, the errors, and everything is involved in that. So it's okay. Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible advice, Juan. I feel like Rem and I are both university students, and I feel like we need that. It's really, those are beautiful, beautiful words, not only for refugees and migrants who are coming to New Zealand and people learning languages all over the world, but I think for anything in life, I think, as you say, the attitude and that understanding of that, of getting up and trying again and again and again, that's being ready to make mistakes, even though it's hard and difficult. I think that is what makes a difference. So thank you for sharing those beautiful insights. It's amazing. I'll try and take that to heart and apply that to my life, but make no promises. It sounds like you've gone through some, as you've said, some incredible challenges with that. But it sounds like you are also trying to then make life easier for other refugees who are in your position, stuff like that, and the work that you're doing at Host International. I was just wondering if you could share with us kind of your why for why you do that and why you want to make the world a better place with the challenges that you've gone through. Could you share a bit about what motivates you to do what you do?
Okay. During these 2 years, this chapter of my life also is, I find out that the service is one of I would be one of the pillars of my life. Also because now here I realize that we are very lucky to be here. We should use our position to help others. So in this case, now that I'm working with Host, you realize that there are people suffering in other places, or even here, just a country don't change your situation. Sometimes there are more things involved. If you can support them, if you can change a little bit their situation, it's amazing. So if you have the opportunity, and it's not something that you need to have a lot of things, or you need to have a special skill, or no, everybody can improve the life of others. So now service is one of the pillars of my life. I'm happy to help others. Also, I would like to do for the rest of my life. With Challenge, for example, Challenge, it's supporting a lot of youth communities. And it's amazing the way you can see people working together, or discussing about different things, being respectful. Each person has different situations, different perspectives about the life. So it's very amazing to see how we respect that. We try to help each other. Yeah.
That is incredibly powerful. Service is one of the pillars of your life. It's amazing. That's really, really beautiful, moving. I have to say, I don't know what the pillars of my life would be, but I don't know if I'd put service in there. I think I've never really thought about things quite that way, but that's just such a beautiful expression. So thank you so much for sharing that. And what a beautiful person you are to want to do that. So thank you so much. I'll pass you on to... Oh, thank you, Juan.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
From everything you were sharing, what would you say matter most to you? Success, love, family, harmony, peace, anything.
Okay. I think, family is very important for me. I'm here because of family. I have family now in Colombia, and every day my mind and my heart is with them. So I think my petrol is my family. And I think also you cannot have success without love or without family. It's something that is all together. Probably some people will say, "Oh, I don't have family," because it happens. But family can be your friends. Some people say, "Oh, my friends are so close to me, and I feel more connected with my friends than with my biological family." Or yeah, so I think family, love, community is the first thing. My why, because we are humans and we need each other to live. So yeah, I think this is my way. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's quite a lot to take in. That's absolutely beautiful. I think it's really, really impactful and powerful the way you say that everything's all connected, that it's not just, you can't have success without love. And I've never thought about things like that before. So thank you so much for sharing. And when I first met you, I think what I most noted was how much you loved your family and how incredibly, you cared about them. And I think it's something beautiful that, all of us, as you say, we have family, and even if our families are gone, we still loved them and we still knew them, and then we make new family with a new whānau with, the people around us and the people who, our friends and, voice wharoha whānau and everyone like that. And that no matter who you are in the world, you care about your family, and it's something that we can all connect with and all relate to. And just that depth of love is really something very, very special. So thank you for sharing that. And it's, as you say, it's incredible. That's your petrol that fuels you to go and do amazing things. Was just wondering, moving back to the work that you do at Host International and, beyond in the rest of your life as well. I was wondering what you see people doing that enhances multiculturalism and inclusion in New Zealand. Obviously, it means a lot to you, and you've gone out of your way in your personal life to go connect with neighbours and make opportunities for conversation. But what do you see people doing that is really contributing to this work?
I think it's impossible. Don't compare with my country or with I can see that New Zealand is amazing in terms of that, because you can see just in the bus in the mornings people from everywhere, all of us very respectful, and also even something that I noticed when I came was the YouTube short videos before the videos that you want to watch. Like the promotional things about the banks or the supermarkets and everything. And I was looking that in these videos appears people from India, from everywhere. And I was, it's good. In some parts of the world, you can still see in this kind of videos just, let's say, white people and not very diverse communities of people. And here, and now that I'm working in the sector, you can see how hard people try to bring together the different communities. Doesn't matter the religion, your opinions about political situations. People just get together. People just do projects together. Like, for example, Voice of Aroha, which is amazing. I think it's part of being respectful and have the same goal, which is bring together. I think
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as we're talking about inclusion and multicultural stuff, when you first arrived, or even now, what makes you feel most welcome in New Zealand? What makes you feel most included?
Well, I think I feel very welcome since the beginning. I'm very lucky because when I arrived, I had a welcoming from challenge from my family. I know that some people, it's difficult the first weeks, but I had this support from my family, from the friends of my family, because they were already here. And Kiwis are amazing. And I remember my first conversations trying to speak English with my neighbors, and they were like, "You also are a Kiwi now. You are a Kiwi now." And I was like, "No, I'm from Colombia. I'm a foreign person." No, you are a Kiwi. With these neighbors, I really love them. They are a couple. They are in their 80s.
Yeah.
So I when I have time, even now, I go to their house and we watch movies, or we spend the afternoon, or we have dinner. And it's like, I feel always from the beginning, I feel very welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, you know, coming into New Zealand, for me personally, we also have like a lot of difficulties, things like that. And I would like assume that you also have like some challenges and difficulties coming here, right? And as you were sharing as well, what would you say is like some of the support that you really appreciate, that you really needed? And what would you say like you need more support on, like when you first arrive here?
Okay, I think the thing that really helped me was the kindness of people. It really helps because there are different kind of people in this world, but sometimes when you don't receive kindness, you say, "Oh, probably I need to give up." And also sometimes you say, "Okay, if I don't receive kindness, it's fine. It's up to me. I will keep going. It doesn't matter." But kindness really make a difference. And yeah, I think like how probably the thing that probably will be different, or I don't know. I mean, for me, it's the attitude. Your attitude to the things. So yeah, many challenges will appear. For example, I came from other kind of weather. And here the weather is a little bit rude the first months. And it's like, okay, this is winter. In my country, the winter is different. But it's like, okay, I will put a jacket. I feel cold, yeah, but it won't kill me. Yeah, you get wet. I hate get wet. But it's like, I can live with that. There are some people that even they don't have a jacket. They don't have the opportunity to be here. So also thinking in that, your attitude also helps a lot. The food, yeah, because I can see people complaining because of the food, because of the weather. And I get that part. I respect each perspective. When I hear these kind of comments, I say, okay, what kind of thing you can do to improve that? There are a lot of markets. Yeah, the winter is hard, but you can try to do different things. But if you can see the things from another perspective, trying to be grateful, try to have another attitude, the things, like the difficulty of the things will be reduced a lot. Yeah.
Well, you really have the most incredible attitude that, you know, you clearly have. And I think even as a New Zealander, those are a lot of things that I should be carrying with me and remembering, you know, especially that gratitude, I think makes a lot of difference to your life. I think it's really interesting that you say, you know, I'm wondering about things New Zealanders can do, that you just sort of say kindness. I think that's really interesting that it's, it might not be one sort of concrete thing of, you know, every New Zealander should go, I don't know, you know, go bring a meal or something like that, but just sort of whenever you see people, just trying to be kind. So I think it was probably if we're thinking here about day-to-day life, just sort of it makes me think just to remember to be kind whenever I get the opportunity. You know, if someone comes knocking at my door and says, "Hey, I've just moved into the neighbourhood," just to be willing to have a conversation and inviting them in as your neighbours did for you. I think just that aroha, that kindness is what makes the world a better place. And just trying to remember find those opportunities in our days to be kind and to give those spaces. So thank you so much for sharing that. Going more to life lessons and things that you've received, and clearly you've got a lot of wisdom about you know, how to make the best of these situations, how to move forward in life. You know, even when you're presented with challenges. Is there particular wisdom that you're giving to youth, you know, in your role at Host International, or what sort of lessons do you think you try and pass on, and sort of in association with the work that you do?
Okay, I think some of the things I already mentioned, and it's like now in my role, because we are like involved with one part of my role is like know or read some stories about different refugees overseas. It's like sometimes don't assume like the situations that others are living with. Be respectful always. Try to understand, try to listen. Sometimes it's not just trying to help. Sometimes people don't need help. People just need someone to listen them and to be there. But yeah, and also in the kind of in this kind of situations, sometimes people will assume that because you're a refugee, you are broken, and you need to be fixed, and it's not like that. Yeah, so it's probably more, but now is the things that I remember most. Coming back a little bit with the kindness is like in a specific situation is like when I arrived in host nearly 1 year ago. I was really struggling still with the English more than now, and my manager and my colleagues, they were very supportive, and sometimes probably they didn't understand me, but they were no worries, say again, or yeah. So it's the kind of things that make the difference. Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Goodness gracious, that is absolutely incredible. I think you touched on some really, really important things there, especially I mean, I wish, gosh, we're running out of time. I wish I could talk to you about this all day, but I think especially, getting to some really systemic issues with, I think, the way people see refugees and migrants sometimes as, broken and need to be fixed, as you say. And I think just what powerful words about being there for people. It's not necessarily about, changing their whole life or providing something, but actually just being there. So, wow. Do you have any last questions? I wish we could talk to Juan all day, but I think we're running out of time.
Well, let's see. What's like the proudest thing? Like, what's like something that makes you the proudest? Like something you've done or something you've received, and that just make you really
quick
feel proud.
Answer. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I know. I cannot remember a specific moment now. I just think, as like everybody, you feel proud of yourself when you overcome like a challenge, and you probably thought, "Oh, I cannot with this," but you actually do. You can. And after overcome something, you feel proud of you. But also, in my case, my family. I really love my family. I'm very grateful. And in my case, I really love my grandmother, which is in Colombia. My mother, my siblings, my father. So yeah, I think I'm very proud. I'm privileged to have my family. Yeah.
I think we're incredibly privileged to have had you on the show today. Thank you so much, Juan. You're an incredible person, and thank you. I hope all of you listeners enjoyed so much hearing about this fantastic person. If you see him on the street, you chat to him about his English and all the rest, but what an incredible person you are, and we were so lucky to have heard your story. So thank you so much, Juan. Thank you so much, Reem, for incredible interviewing as always. It's lovely to see you. I always enjoy your cheery, happy face and amazing and eloquent questions. So thank you so much. No, you're doing amazing. We love you. And still a beautiful, beautiful joy to be at Voice of Aotearoa. Forgot to introduce myself at the beginning. My name's Rata, and just want to say thank you everyone for watching. Really, really appreciate being here in the studio with you today. We're incredibly lucky, so thank you, Juan, and I hope all of you enjoyed. Thank you so much to our fantastic listeners. We couldn't do it without you. Make sure to watch, follow, subscribe, Voice of Aotearoa on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all the other things. But have a fantastic rest of your evening. I certainly will. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you.